Hello. This is Brian McNeill, and I want to talk to you about a principle, a life principle that I believe helps a lot of people to make their way through life, particularly adults who's trying to figure out their way. Understanding the corridor principle, I think, is going to help you to make sense of your life and to keep you going in the directions that you're wanting to go. But have you heard of the corridor principle? And I've learned of it myself maybe 20 something years ago, and it made sense to me. But today, 20 years later, after it's been introduced to me, it makes more sense than it ever has before. Imagine yourself standing in a long hallway, and you're at the very end of the hallway, the beginning of the hallway. And at the very far end of the hallway is a door. And on that door, it says, the goals that you've always wanted, or the things you've always wanted in your life, the things that you want to have, is through that door. The door is unlocked. All you got to do is just walk down the hall and open the door and you can get it. Now, this is called the corridor principle. Now, along the way to your goal, there are lots of rooms on either side of the hallway, and all the doors are open. So as you head in the beginning of your life, you're heading towards what you want to be, do, have, see, go, whatever. You're heading towards it. And as you're walking along, you're able to look into one of the rooms off to the left, for example. And it looks in there and you see some stuff that looks interesting to you. You might be able to have some fun in there. You might be able to make some money in there. So you decide to go into that room, and you go in that room for a little while. It's not what you was planning on doing in your life, but you discovered something along the way. So sometimes you go into that room for a little while and then you get back into the corridor heading towards your life's goal. And as you take a few more steps in this corridor of life of yours, you might look off to the right and you can look into another room. Man, it looks interesting in there. I believe I can make some money in there. Maybe I need to make some money right now. I might be able to have some fun in there. So you go into that room for a little while. And then you do what you're going to do there. You might stay in there for a year, or who knows, or more. And then you decide to get back on the road towards your original goal, or the new goal that you've decided is right down the end of that hallway. And as you're walking down, you're able to look into other rooms that you would have never been able to see if you had not headed down the path towards your goal. Sometimes as you're going towards your goal in this corridor of your life, you'll discover a room that you never would have seen before, but looks interesting to you. So you go in that room, or go into that opportunity, or go into that situation, and sometimes you discover that room that you discovered on the way to your goal was better than what you thought your goal would be. You might find something in that room that you want to stay there forever, or at least for a while. And that's called the corridor principle, heading towards your goal and discovering great rooms or great things along the way to your goal. I offer that to you today for the young adult, or to the middle-aged adult, the adult heading through their life, heading towards something, discovering other things. Often the things that you discover along the way you never would have discovered if you had not decided to walk down that corridor of your life, the corridor principle. Bye-bye.